Living and breathing La Vida Boa. Welcome to the Boa Life podcast.
I'm your host, Stephen Demora.
And I'm your co-host, Nick Colhay.
Welcome to episode 16.
You ready to do this, Nick?
Let it go! Let it go.
So I'm super excited to introduce everyone out there to my kids. Nick, these are my children that you know, obviously, and I love them very much, and they're handsome and beautiful and nice and kind, and they're ready to talk to the audience today. We have Maxwell, Chloe, and Carter. You guys want to say hello to the audience?
Hello. Hi.
All right.
Hello.
All right. So I guess first up, let me ask you something. How is it being the son and daughter of one of the most handsome podcasts and podcast stars in all the universe?
Great.
I mean, it's pretty cool that my dad has a podcast.
Awesome. I think it's great.
Yeah?
It's really
So
cool.
now I wanted to have you here today because I wanted you guys to see what it is that I do every week when I come. And Mommy, and we had Nick's wife on too, and maybe one day we'll be lucky enough to have his kids on. You guys nervous?
Well, I'm really
A
nervous,
little.
Yeah. Yes, but we're doing
Yeah.
it right now, so.
Yeah. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3, right?
Yes.
All right.
Well, counting to 3 isn't that hard.
No.
It's not even
why
hard.
That's why.
Like, you just count 1, 2, 3.
That's why he said it's as easy as 1, 2, 3, because it's easy.
Well, it's not. Counting to 1, 2, 3 is like so easy.
It's not as easy.
This is pretty much how they get along at home. 1, 2, 3, easy peasy.
They seem naturals to me.
We never get along.
Oh, no.
What are you kidding? We never get along.
Oh my God. You guys never get along? Don't you love each other?
We get
Well, we
along.
get along most of the time. Everyone probably should know that.
So when do you guys get along? What are you doing?
Well, probably never.
Probably building Legos. Building Legos and telling my sister, sure, you can play with this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're able to build Legos together and get along and all work together?
Yeah. Or we get along just not talking to each other. And just reading. And just reading and or watching TV, playing outside.
Well, we get along
when we're
watching TV because we're not really, like, understanding each other.
Well, what about in school? Do you get along with classmates?
Well,
Yes.
I get along with classmates. I mean,
Well, I
don't
am barely not with my brother.
I
It's
basically
different
know
names.
everyone.
I'm fine.
And
I have friends.
And how do you guys do sharing? You guys share your toys?
Yeah,
and-
we share. Yeah, we share.
So you guys get along pretty well.
Sometimes.
What did you guys think when your dad said he was going to host a podcast? What were your ideas when he told you
I was
that?
thinking he was crazy.
You crazy? Why? Have you
And I was like,
ever
"What?"
heard of a podcast before?
Yeah.
I mean,
But
yeah.
I was thinking he was crazy because he just popped up and said it.
Just out of nowhere?
He's just like,
and I
let's,
was just
let's
like,
make a
what?
YouTube channel. Let's make a YouTube channel. I'm gonna do a YouTube channel.
And since then, have you watched any of our videos?
I mean,
Yes, we watched like 2 or something.
I mean, I've
No.
watched half of another one and a half of another one. Half
Yeah,
of the one
half
my mom had and half of the
half
one
one,
the first
half one.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What is it like going to school now? You just started school. Are you nervous? Were you shy? Were you scared to go to school your first day?
No.
You weren't?
No.
I know you're excited now to go to school every day, right?
Yes.
Are you learning a lot?
Yes.
You know why Daddy and Nick do this? It's because we want to learn about people and have good conversations and talk to people. And we want to let them into our lives. And that's why we're having you on today. Because I want them to meet my beautiful little girl, Chloe, who's so nice and so fun, who likes to have good conversations and learn. And today we're going to have a nice conversation. Are you ready to do this?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, good. Can I ask you? You look very, very pretty.
Thank you.
Who dressed you?
My mom.
Your mom? Is she a designer?
No.
She should be.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen anyone more pretty than you in my life.
Look at what shoes I got.
Oh,
They probably stink.
No, I'm sure they
Want me
smell.
to show you the other one?
Oh my God, they're so pretty. Are those Cinderella shoes? No. What what is that on your head? Is that a little bow?
Yes.
It's very pretty.
I thought you meant a bug.
So, Chloe, you're a little sister to 2 older brothers, right? How do you like having 2 older brothers?
When is this the podcast?
Yeah, you just keep telling me what you...
We haven't
tell me
started yet. We're gonna start in a little while. We're just trying to get you warmed up.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like having 2 older bulls.
2 older brothers?
No, 2 older bulls attacking me.
2
Bulls?
So
Bulls.
your brothers are
Bulls?
like bulls?
Yes, bulls.
Yeah?
Well, that must be scary. You have to like protect yourself every day?
Yes.
Whoa.
Pretty much like that.
But they love you, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And and you're a nice sister to them? Do you help them a lot? Yeah. What's like one of the rules in our house? Is it what's
Don't hit people or don't touch people.
yeah.
Only if you hug them or kiss them on the cheek.
Yes, right? We don't want to ever hit people. And are we always trying to be nice to people?
Yes.
Right? We try to. And what about when do we talk? Do we know when we're supposed to talk?
When people aren't talking.
Right. Do you think that Daddy's doing a pretty good job as a father these days?
Yes.
He is?
That was a quick answer.
Oh, thank God. Daddy's trying his best, right? Right? Are there any ways you think that I can improve as a dad?
Yes.
How could I improve?
Please, let us hear it.
What could I do better?
Nothing.
Oh,
Oh, really? So if your daddy had to do something a little better than he does now, what would it be?
Nothing.
Oh, he does everything perfect?
Or one thing. Buy us lollipops. That's
Buy-
the one thing.
So he doesn't buy you lollipops well?
no.
Well, lollipops are one of those things where you shouldn't have too much, you know?
I don't have
Once in a while.
What's that? Oh, you're fine. She loves lollipops so much that I worry. Why does Dad worry about you having lollipops? Because I don't want your teeth to fall out, right?
I don't bust them a lot.
You don't
You
brush.
don't, you don't
Oh
brush your
my-
teeth
So
much?
you wouldn't want to smell it right now. I'm working on it.
What, working on what?
Smell it.
Trying to not smell my breath.
Why?
Because
you know.
it stinks.
Oh my! Is that maybe that's why you like lollipops?
Because
wait.
I love mints to make my breath smell good. That's why I love
How do you
mints.
know? You said your breath stinks. How do you know? Can you smell your own breath?
No, because I don't brush it a lot.
Oh, okay. So just because you don't brush your teeth a lot, you think your breath stinks?
Wait, do you want to smell it and find out?
I'll wait.
I don't think we want to do that to him. He might.
Well, my dad always smells it, and he says it stinks.
Oh, yeah.
So you might not want to smell
Well, I
it.
say your breath stinks because I want you to go brush your teeth. But I don't want you to breathe on Nick because then maybe he won't be on my podcast. He won't be on our podcast anymore. He'll be like, oh, I can't go there anymore. So we're going to work on that. But we try to make sure you brush your teeth before you go to bed every night. What does Daddy say to you before you go to bed every night when he tucks you in? What do I say?
Love you.
And then I say, sleep tight.
Don't let the bug work, right?
That's what you say, right? So we like having that routine, right? And Mommy tries to read to you all the time. And we're
And
real.
I got a new book at school today.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
What's it called?
I don't know,
Okay.
but it's about unicorns.
Unicorns. That's cool.
I like unicorns.
Who doesn't like
It's
unicorns?
a chapter book.
Let me ask you something. Can you read?
No,
You can't read yet at all?
I'm 5.
You're 5 years old. So what grade are you in?
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten. I remember going to kindergarten.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
How old am I now?
Same age as
How
my
old do I
dad?
look?
Not that old, but are
Oh,
you
thank
older?
you.
Are you older than my dad?
You think I'm older than your dad?
Well, I think.
No, I'm not as old as your dad.
Okay, how old are you?
I am 39 years old.
Who is how old?
You know how old your dad is?
42. I'm older.
So we're not that far apart. It
Yeah.
goes 39, 40, 41, 42. So how many is that? Remember we were saying before? Easy as?
5,
1,
What we
2,
3.
There we go.
1, 2, 3.
But
So
it's
you were
easier than 5,
True.
I think.
If you could add anything to our family, right now it's mommy, me, and your brothers, what would you want to add to our family?
My dad and my mom.
No, but you have your dad. Would you want anything else in your family? You want
My
like
brother.
your brother? Well, I know you want your brothers, but don't you always ask for something else? It barks and you got to walk.
A dog.
Oh, she wants a dog so bad, Nick.
When I was your age, I wanted a dog very badly.
But do you have a dog right now?
No, I don't have a dog right now.
Why can't you buy it?
I could buy it right now, but your beautiful, wonderful, smart, charming Aunt Kelly says we have to wait a little while to get a dog.
Oh, that's funny. That's what our charming and beautiful mom says, right? What does she say?
She says you gotta wait for a while to get a dog because I don't think you're responsible to get a dog. You gotta pick up its poop if you buy it.
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
don't want to pick up its poop.
I don't blame you.
Do you have friends with dogs? Like you've played with dogs before?
Yes, Daisy.
Oh, Daisy?
Daisy.
And Ginger.
And oh yeah, Jinjaka.
Ginger!
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ginger.
she knows dogs. She's dating's dog and Aunt Carrie's dog. She's really wanting a dog, but we want to make sure that you guys are responsible
Where
enough.
did Carrie get a dog?
I don't know. I'm sure I'm a
Newtown?
very reputable person. I don't know.
Count maybe a.
Is Newtown far away?
No, it's not too far from where you live, right?
We go to Newtown from our house all the time. What do we go to Newtown? Where the cows are? What do we grab sometimes over there?
What's there?
The farm?
Apples.
Well, we do that at Blue Jays, but don't we go to the farm in Newtown and we grab Parent Trap? What is that?
Oh.
Which is what do you love more than lollipops?
The Parent Trap.
That's Daddy's favorite.
So what is it though? What are you talking about?
So it's a kind of ice cream that's for parents that, you know why it's called Parent Trap?
Why?
It traps parents to eat it.
Oh, that's your favorite ice cream or your dad's
Yes.
favorite ice cream?
And my dad's and mine, and my brother's because it's so good.
Yeah.
I think they made the name with the taste, so like it could be the same, like Parent Trap,
Yeah.
because it's very good. It traps me to eat it too.
So what are some foods that you know are good for you, but you just don't like to eat?
Broccoli and carrots.
Oh, well, carrots aren't that bad. You ever dip carrots in anything, like a little sauce or a
Sometimes
dip?
I dip it, and I hate every sauce, so I don't dip it in any sauce.
She's not a big sauce. She doesn't like ketchup. She's more like she likes pasta. She's like, what do you get all the time when we're at a restaurant? Mac and what?
Mac and sauce.
Mac and cheese.
Yes.
She's
Who
not
doesn't
really,
like mac and cheese?
I like the tomato sauce on pasta and stuff.
yeah, and she likes salad. She's not a big like meat, like steak. The boys like that stuff.
I like steak a tiny bit, but I don't like any other meat really.
No. Yeah, she's not big into
What
that.
about the chorizo?
No,
No.
she's not really into the Portuguese stuff.
No, I'm not. But I'm into the Portuguese cheese.
Cheese.
Portuguese cheese.
What about bread?
We'll wait to talk with that. I don't really.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Put that on hold.
Yeah. So let me ask you something.
Is this just a warm up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just warming up,
When are
girl.
we gonna start it?
When do you want to start?
Oh, I don't know. You want to start right now?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Okay, let's do it. Welcome to the Boa Life podcast. I'm your host. You don't have to do anything. This is my job. You want to take over my job?
Yes.
You do?
No.
No. Okay, good.
But I don't want to say
You don't have to say it.
it.
Do you know what episode this is? 16.
Okay, you just say it.
All right. Well, I'm super happy to have you on. I was really nervous in the beginning that it was going to be a complete disaster, and now it's not because my little girl showed up and she's having a good conversation with me and Nick and showing the whole world why I love her because she's cute and she's smart
Is this
and
still
she's
just
nice.
a warm up?
This has all been filming, girl. You're on for the world to see. Oh.
No.
Isn't it great?
But I don't want this to be warm up.
You
I
want?
don't want to like the part of the welcome to the Boa Life.
Yeah, that's scary.
No,
Were you nervous doing this?
No.
No?
Wait, what is this?
No, we're doing it.
Okay, could I say something?
Yeah, what do you want to say?
I'll say everything.
Here, look at the camera and say it.
So he been filming this whole thing.
No, we're just warming up.
When are you gonna stop?
Chloe, the cameras are constantly going.
When are we gonna stop warming up?
Right now.
Okay, please.
Is there anything you want to tell the audience?
Yeah.
Yes, there's a lot of stuff. Could I tell everything?
Yeah.
Well, you can't tell everything. There's not.
Go ahead. Have at it. Go ahead. The mic is yours.
What do you want to?
I have two handsome brothers, and one handsome dad, and one pretty mom,
That's
and
our-
one pretty me,
Yes.
and I have my cousins with a dog, and I'm very sad that I don't have a dog.
It is sad that you don't have a dog.
Maybe one day you'll get a dog.
Can I ask you one question?
Wait, could we restart this?
Yeah. Honey, we can cut it and paste it all we
Then
want.
could you cut it and paste it?
Yeah. I'm going to ask you a quick question. You want to tell the audience? This is the last thing we're going to ask you, because we got a lot of good stuff. You said great stuff. I'm so proud of you. But let me ask you a question. What do you think a good life is?
Swimming in my nanny's pool.
That's a good life. What else? Is going to school part of a good life?
Having a good life.
Is it being with your family?
Yes.
Going to school and learning?
Yes. But
Making-
having a good life is a good life.
Making friends?
Yes.
Pretty simple.
Now
Yeah.
could I see what they're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Well, listen, you want to say goodbye to the audience?
I'm Chloe. Have a good night.
Happy to have my son Carter here. He's my second born. I always say he's almost as handsome as me, but if I'm being honest, he's way more handsome than I am.
He's a cute kid.
Like 200 miles more.
You're that much more handsome than me?
Yes.
You're probably right. I
Think your
would.
dad could run 200 miles?
What?
You think he could? Think your dad could run 200 miles?
No.
Yeah, I don't think I could run for 200 seconds. But you know what? I can still run around, right? Do we run around the yard? What do we play? What do we do outside?
We
and
play soccer and baseball.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we try to train a little? What do we do?
We also train.
Do we play golf?
Yes.
So let me ask you something. Are you living the Boa Life?
Yes.
Yeah? Why? What are you doing? What are you doing with your life that's great?
Playing with my friends at school, doing good with math,
Yeah?
doing good with school, and
What about baseball? I heard you're really good at baseball.
yes, I pitched on, was that Sunday or Saturday?
You pitched last week.
Yes.
Yeah? You did a good job.
Yes.
You like playing baseball?
Yes.
What's your favorite sport?
Baseball, soccer.
1, 2. Baseball first, soccer second.
Soccer first, baseball second.
What grade are you in?
First.
You're in the first grade? That's crazy. You're in the same school as your sister, right?
Yes.
Do you bring her to? Do you walk her to class sometimes? Show her the ropes? What do you do at school with her?
Well, she knows the ropes, so she just goes on and leaves me.
She already
does.
knows the ropes, huh?
She knows. She
Taught
knows,
her well.
she knows the drill.
No, she just like walked on her first day to class.
What's your favorite subject in school?
Gym and art and math.
You like math, huh?
Yeah. He likes counting money, right? You like counting
Yeah.
money. He likes giving it away too. He shares the most.
Yes.
He's definitely the share in the family.
Yes.
And then he's always nice when people come over. He's trying to accommodate everyone, and he really is a great host. He'd probably be a real good host of the show.
Really?
Yeah, he'd probably give everybody a water and a drink, right?
You want to join us? You want to be on our show from now on?
Yeah.
All right.
So let me ask you something. What is your favorite thing to eat?
Steak, ice cream, popcorn, and octopus,
Did chip off the old block,
What?
this kid.
and
Now we ask
pasta.
pasta.
You got a
with
lot of favorites there.
meatballs.
We ask all of our guests this. Who designed this outfit today? Who put this together? This is very nice.
My mom.
I'm telling you, your mom, she's really styling and profiling. You're looking very, very handsome tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I wish I had that style. I'm wearing very cash today. I didn't want to outshine the guests, Nick.
Yeah, totally cash. Keeping it clean.
So let me ask you something. What is the advice you could give kids out there that want to live the Boa life, the good life?
Well, treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah? That's the golden rule. I like that.
Love that.
Yeah.
We learned that from day one in school.
Yeah. And are you living that life? Yeah, you're being nice to people, playing with them. Yeah.
Do you like being the middle child, having an older brother and a younger sister?
Yes.
You guys play well together?
Not sometimes, but sometimes we get into fights, but I am not included.
What do you think the biggest challenge is when you guys all have to play together? What causes the biggest problems?
Max and Chloe. Max starts fighting, and Chloe just wrecks some of his stuff that he built with Duplos and Legos.
And you're just in the background, just acting normal, right? Watching them go at it? Just minding your own business?
Yes, and building Legos.
He's always trying to make sure everybody gets along most of the time, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
And when stuff gets really rough, like Max starts throwing balls at Chloe, I tell.
Oh, well, that's good. we need an informant. That's great. We don't really want you guys to tell on each other. Well, Mommy and Daddy always want you guys to try to work things out yourselves, right?
But when it gets really rough, like UFC rough, yes.
Like UFC rough?
Yes.
How often does it get like that?
Max starts throwing stuff at Chloe.
Oh man, but Chloe holds her own, right?
But they don't throw stuff in UFC. They go at each other.
And that happens too.
Oh, that is good. So what are you gonna be? So what you have? There's an important date coming up, right? In a couple weeks. What's coming up?
My birthday and Halloween.
Birthday and Halloween. How old are you gonna be?
7.
What are you more excited for, Halloween or your birthday?
My birthday because I get presents.
What are you going to be for Halloween?
Kylo Ren,
Oh, yeah? Who's that?
a guy from Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah, he's really into the Star Wars these days.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're on episode 8.
That was the big
Star
question. How do
Wars.
you watch Star Wars from episode 1? Do you do it by the way of releasing it? We decided I was going to show it to them from number 1 episode on. And it's kind of one of the things I'm into, so I wanted them to be into.
It's already 8 episodes?
There's
didn't even know
actually
that.
more episodes than that. The original episodes, the 3 were like
Yeah.
middle ones. Then they did prequels, and then they did some afterwards.
And then they just did it in order.
Yeah. What did we just get? We had a family trip, right? We went for someone's birthday over to Legoland, right? What did you get?
I got a Lego X-Wing.
Yeah.
Really?
Skywalkers, yeah.
Yeah. And he put it together. Did you do it all by yourself?
I had a little bit of help from Max because a part was like really, really, really hard.
Really?
Yeah. Anything that you want to tell us that you think that our audience would want to hear?
I like to invent stuff and invite friends over and cousins.
Yeah, you like being around people?
Yes.
Do you think...
What kind of cool stuff have you invented? Anything yet?
So far, I made a ship out of Lego.
Oh, a big ship.
I'm gonna make one.
You got to get your daddy to get you a pool so you can sail it.
Well, we got a pond in the back. We can
Oh,
try
there
to
you
sail
go.
there,
That's right.
right?
Yeah, but it's made out of Lego, so it will just.
You're right. Bad idea.
I will sing.
So you think it's important to be kind and to have friends and to talk and to be as good as you can, to have a good life, right?
Yes.
Yeah? You think Daddy's living a good life?
Yes.
You think I should keep doing this? Yeah? Was it fun for you to be on today and to experience what I do?
Yes.
Yeah?
It was the funnest time of my life.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I'm so happy that you can be on. I really wanted you to be on so that you can experience what Nick and I do every week because I love you and I want you to know that when I'm away, this is what I'm doing and it's important and it's fun and I like it. And I just wanted you to be on and say thank you for letting me go every once in a while so that I could do this, okay?
And I see why you want to do this. It's so cool.
It is pretty cool. Well, I love you.
I love you too.
And when I grow up, I hope I'm as handsome as you are.
Well, yeah. Yeah, maybe. I'm Carter Demora. Thank you for listening to me, and have a good time, and have a good night. Bye-bye.
Well, here we have the oldest, my son Max. Glad to have him on. Probably going to be a good time talking to him because he's a seasoned vet here of the podcast business. You've probably been on podcasts like 200-300 times already, right?
No.
No.
This is my first YouTube video ever getting filmed. Although like sometimes at home you film us like stuff like, but that's something else.
Yeah, that's true. This is your first one. Well, guess what? No need to be nervous. I don't think you are anyway, because you're probably going to be better at this than your old man. But I'm happy to have you on. I was saying to Carter a little bit that I wanted to have you guys on with Nick and I because every week I leave the house to come here, and I want you to see what I'm doing and why I love it. And I'm so happy that you could be a part of this. I had really thought, Nick, whether or not this was something that we should do because it's really not in our wheelhouse. It's not what we're trying to do. But we've always said, like, we want to let people into our lives, and I'm letting them in, and I want to introduce my family. Obviously, we had our wives on, and at some point, maybe you'll have your kids on as they get a little older. Obviously, they're much younger than my kids. But I'm excited to introduce the world to my kids. That there's people that know me, know you guys, but there's certain people that know me that have never met you, and this is my opportunity to have all my kids on and just let them really experience what I get to experience because I love doing this, and I am so happy you're here today. I will start off by asking you a very, very important question.
Yeah.
Is it hard for you to be the son of someone like me, as famous and as handsome as I am, as this famous podcaster that I've become? Is that difficult for you to do or no?
I mean, sometimes it can be difficult, sometimes it's not. I mean, I think it's pretty cool that you have a podcast channel. I think you're like a roller coaster. There's ups, down, there's loops-de-loops. But I love roller coasters just like I love my dad.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Max, you can pretty much take the co-host spot because you're killing it already.
I think you should have my spot. We'll have two good-looking and fit guys on the podcast. Some people could get something out of that for sure. Now, let me ask you something. What do you think as a dad that I'm doing good, and what do you think I can improve on?
I mean, I think you're doing great parenting. I think you're being great at home. You're like playing with us. You're like spending time with us. I think you can work on like you know how you like spend a lot of time at like that, all of that stuff, like golf tournaments and that?
Oh, Jesus.
You will, not most of the time, but you can spend like more time with us.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm like I said, the good life's all about balance, and I'm trying to
Right?
figure that all out.
Well,
Right,
Max,
I mean,
here,
so-
I have a suggestion for you. Start to play golf, and then you can share all that time with your dad.
I've started to play golf, and
Oh, really?
I've played in my first tournament, the Portuguese tournament.
Really? You
At
played?
Richter Park, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I brought him and Carter and my dad and I. We're a foursome, and I'm trying to mitigate some of the problems we have in our relationship. Right? He thinks I'm away golfing too much, and I'm like, all right, let's come on,
Wow.
come join the
Right?
fun.
That's
Right?
awesome because that's what being, son and dad is all about, finding solutions to problems.
Definitely.
What other good ideas you have that your dad could work on here?
I mean,
Please.
a lot. I mean, like you have a lot of things to work on, but a lot of things you don't need to work on because as a dad, I think you're a really amazing dad. But the other thing you need to work on is dinner time. You can't go on your phone.
Oh,
You have to be
Colin.
present at dinner time.
Oh, I think someone's been talking to mommy, Nick. I don't know.
Wow,
It
wow.
sounds
It
like
certainly sounds like that. But hey, Steve, I gotta say, I believe him.
yeah. I say most of the time it's for work, and it usually is for work. But there's sometimes. See, Nick, I don't know how you're rolling these days, but I wake up, I try to get some me time, work out. He knows I come
Yeah.
from the gym, and then I try to have breakfast with my family, have coffee with my wife, and then I try to bring my kids to school, and then I go to work. And then when I get home, like part of my winding down is I want to do that, but I should try to be more present, and then I can go on the phone right before bed, I guess, which is never something you really want to do though. So it's tough, but we're figuring it all out, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But I appreciate you telling me what I need to work on, and I will. And I'll tell you what you need to work on as a son.
You should tell me
Not
that
much,
because
man. You're pretty perfect. I gotta.
Yeah.
This kid is a superstar. I will say he's good with his brother and sister, although they do have their moments where they fight. But
Yeah. What's this UFC stuff all about in your basement?
Carter was saying you're getting rough down there with your sister sometimes. He's gotta like.
I've been practicing with the.
What, Max McGregor over here?
I gotta stop watching some of this stuff, I guess. For the most part, they get along pretty good, but they have their moments.
We
right?
have our moments. Everyone has their moments.
Yeah, that's true.
How old are you?
I'm 8 years old.
Wow. 8
And
going on 18.
My birthday is December 19th, so
It's coming up soon.
it's coming up pretty soon, yeah.
You got any sports you like playing?
I love playing sports. I love soccer. I love baseball. I love every sport. Every sport I can. I love every sport I can play. I love hockey. I love basketball. I love anything there is. Anything there is out
What
there.
about school? You like school?
I love school. I absolutely love school. I love my teacher. I know a lot of people in my school. I had them in my classes, so I really know a lot of people when I get there. And in the class this year, I only knew 2 people that are in my class, and then the other people I just technically just know them now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite subject in school?
I like PE, and I love writing too.
Like to
PE
write,
and
huh?
writing.
My wife is really into books, always has been. I'm into books too, but I got into them more later on in life. He loves to read. Sometimes he's up at night reading, and it's like I gotta yell at him to stop reading, go to bed, which is
With a
crazy.
flashlight
Yeah,
and,
which is awesome because learning is so important, and especially at your age you can learn so quickly. What's the last book you and I read together?
It was the I Survived book. The I Survived.
It's right. He likes.
I like
9/11.
the I Survived. It was a book based on 9/11 about this kid and his uncle and his dad, and they were firefighters in the city. So we read that. It was a good book. Yeah.
Yeah. It was actually nice to be able to. He's getting to the age where he can maybe take on some of that stuff. I guess that's one of the hard things as a father is. My son is always asking me, Nick, and you're going to get to this pretty soon with your son, always asking me a lot of questions, and I always wanted to be as honest with my son as I can be, but it's hard to sometimes some topics I have to say, well, that's not really appropriate, and right, I'm saying that a lot, which I don't like to do, but with the internet and the kind of music and all this stuff that they're exposed to nowadays, it's like
Definitely.
my son's an inquisitive kid, so he's always why, this, that. And I think one of the hard things as a parent is trying to figure out how to answer some of these things and what to push aside. And maybe I always say, like, your friends may tell you certain things and you never know, what's the truth and what's not, or what they know. And when the time's right, daddy will tell you, certain subjects and all that. And I know it's hard to be patient as the kid, but you're doing a pretty good job. You understand that daddy, little by little, wants you to know these things, but he's waiting to, the appropriate
of
time,
course.
right?
Yeah, because if it's a tough age, I'm asking you like a lot of questions, all I can ask you, and then you can't really answer a lot of them because I'm hearing a lot of stuff, like, with this New Day Radio, like all these crazy people out there, Eminem, all these guys.
Well, Eminem is from Bard, so I'll try to bring in some of the old school music, and it's like,
And
maybe
Eminem's still around right now, but
yeah, he's hanging in there. Yeah, so it's like that's the one thing of being a parent that's hard sometimes with your kid is figuring out, what to tell them, how to tell them, and all that. It's just like you're always second guessing yourself, but little by little we have these conversations. And I went on a little tangent, but that reading that book, it was like that was a significant time. It's probably since the pandemic, maybe the only other time where we've really had. Well, there's been a lot of stuff, but that was a significant event in our lives, right? Growing up, and to discuss that, it's at his age, sometimes it could be hard, but that book was great. I mean, I definitely.
So would you guys read it together?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we read it to he read it to me. I was like looking at the pictures. I was listening to him. We read like the whole book in one night.
Yeah, we talked. So I'm not going to take credit because I'm not really that great at doing that. Do that with my daughter every once in a while, with Max and Carter. My wife's really like steps up to the plate with that stuff. But, with having 3 kids, sometimes I got to make sure I step up to the plate and do that. And every once in a while we do that,
Yeah, it's fun and it's nice.
I get to take part in the, like, I'll show you Star Wars, where it's like.
We're on the 8th one.
Yeah.
Already?
Which is kind of like a cheap way of spending time with your kids because I love watching it too. But,
Find something you both love.
Yeah.
Right?
Same as golf.
It's like work, right? We
It's a
always
win-win.
say.
As long as you're spending time together,
Right?
no matter what you're doing.
So any advice on, first of all, you think you're living the Boa life? You living the good life right now?
I think I'm definitely living the Boa life with this family and with all the support I'm having growing up. I think I'm living the definite Boa life.
Yeah. What advice can you give other people to try to live that life?
I mean, to try and live the life, you gotta listen to your parents. You gotta feel what you want to feel. Like, be who you want to be who you really are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talk about that, being authentic and being yourself, right?
Yeah.
And then, we struggle sometimes, Dad.
Struggle.
I make mistakes, right? Sometimes I act like I shouldn't act, but, deep down I love you, and then I'm not perfect, and then we are all trying our best, just like you are.
Yeah.
I think I've told this story before, but I don't know. I feel like I've been the toughest on him because he's the oldest, right? And I see, a lot of myself, and because he's older, I think the older sibling. I don't know. I was an only child, but I'm figuring maybe the oldest usually gets it the hardest. Maybe I think. Or no.
I wouldn't be able to tell. My kids are a little too young still, and I was 5th of 6.
So it was
I have no clue.
So I tend to be hard on him, but it's like every once in a while I get humbled because it's like I when he spills drinks, I'd like get so mad at him, right? Remember that?
Well, you always want, if you have more than one kid, I think it's natural to say, you're the oldest, you should be the wisest, so you should make the best decisions, and you can't really blame your younger sibling because you should know better. You have much more time on this earth, so you know more in general.
That is.
And our mom, his mom, and my wife she's big on modeling good behavior, and she wants you to be a good example for your brother and sister, just like she wants me to be a better example. And I'm not always being that, but we're trying, right?
We're trying.
What are some challenges you have at home? What are some things that you can remember having trouble with dealing, whether it's at home or at school? Like, what kind of things bother you that you're trying to get better at doing?
I'm trying to get better at. Sometimes I'm just with the things I'm doing, I'm just deep into doing them, and my mom calls me time for a shower, and I'm still doing the things. So I should really work on the first time she calls me, going over to her and saying what's up, what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, that is a great problem to have, and it seems like you're working real hard at that. Just being aware of it is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't be a prouder dad to have the kids I have, and I'm so happy with the type of person he's becoming, and I hope that I'm partly responsible for that, although I think he was just born this way. But I'm so glad that you were on, that you were a part of this with us, and I look forward to having you on in the future because I think that people are going to like seeing your face probably more than they're going to like seeing mine.
I bet you this is going to get old, Dad. I bet you this is going to be, I can't wait until like episode 105, or I wonder what that's going to be like. I'm going to be like, well, who knows? We might still be doing this when I'm 20 or...
Hey.
Absolutely right. What episode do you want to be on next? Name a number, any number.
Any number? Maybe the 30th?
30th.
The 30th.
All right.
That.
Well, guess what? This is the 16th, so we're just about halfway there. So we'll be twice as good when you come on next.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to be like all like these professional podcasters out there. Like,
Yeah. It's like growing up like you. Every day you're learning. We're doing the same thing.
Definitely.
Yep. Any advice you can give us on being better podcasters or dads? Like, what could we do better?
I mean, I think you guys are honestly doing great at this, but to do better, honestly, I don't know. I'm not really good at. I watched lots of YouTube videos and stuff when I was younger, so I like know what they do. But I think you guys, I've never watched podcasts, but I think you guys are honestly doing very well.
Yeah,
as podcasters.
That's awesome, buddy.
We've always talked about doing, like, even before I started this, like Demora's do things, like doing a video and showing people like us doing stuff, and this is going to be a good avenue for us to do that because Nick and I had talked about, eventually showing more of ourselves doing other things than just having conversations, although that's what we're really here for. Anyway, I am so happy you were on. Again, I keep repeating that, but I am. I love that you were on. I love that I could have you and show you off because I'm so proud of you. And thank you very much for coming here today.
Anytime. I'm very proud that you're my dad and I get to see him and you and just doing this thing like with the big podcasters, and I'm up here sitting on this table doing a podcast. Thank you for inviting me over here, Dad.
Hey.
You're very welcome. We loved having you. You're natural.
Yeah. Anything you want to say to the camera and say you want to say, thanks for having me, your name, and, sign off any way you want.
My name is Maxwell DeMora. This is my dad. This is Nick Colhay, and this is the Boa Life podcast.
Thanks for having us. Have a good night.
Get the thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, click on the comments below, and tell us how you think.